Hello everyone, my name is MrFrogger, this is the Crossroads SMP, and this is a real mess. Today we have a few things that really need to be sorted out. Starting with, well, this orange mess we have up here. Orange sheep can only mean one person did this, and that's Long Snow. If you haven't seen how they've done it, well, I'll link their channel in the description below. Go check it out. And in the meantime, I'm going to take a few of these out and rescue them. We have a very makeshift pen over here with a single sheep in it. But we did want to gather a few more, so I guess he's helped us out. So let's gather these, and let's then deal with that over there later. Now that we have a few sheep safely put away, we can sort out the rest of them. And Snow, this one's on you, man. I don't want to do this, but it needs to be done. Well, that was weird. I have no idea what came over me then. Well, the sheep are gone now, so we can move on with our lives. Now, that is not the only payback that we will be doing for Snow. We have a plan in place, but it will take a bit of organization and some resource grinding, so that will come in a future episode. But just be warned, Snow, payback is coming. So after we've sorted out all those sheep, the next thing on our list is to sort out all these barrels, because, they're a mess, and it's just making life hard. As well as these shulker boxes are also a mess. So it's time to get some storage. And I'm thinking over our little bridge here, on this little raised area here, would be perfect to add in some storage. And I think what we're going to do is a big tree trunk. The bottom half as if it's been kind of cut or maybe fallen down in a storm. And we're going to fill that with some chests for some storage. So let's gather some materials and I'll bring you back when we're ready to build. So we're going to start with a very basic circle. And the way we're going to do this is a row of 5. 1. And then we will do 3 and 2 on each side. And then from this 2, we will do 2 this way. Then 3. And then 5. And we'll repeat it the whole way around. Nice, that's looking good. I think we'll just make this, let's say 5 tall, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, that's looking about the right height, I guess. And I don't really want the door just to be regular, so let's cut in kind of like a bit into the side of this tree. And that can be our way in. But let's get the flooring in place next, and I think I'm going to go with spruce on the floor. And we're going to go with the standard that I do, which is we'll go for a combination of the stripped and the planks in place. So let's put it in the chests, and they're going to go in here like this in sets of 3. And we'll just repeat the process, and I think I'll do 3x3s on these. So the chests are in place, and the way I like to do things, as you might have picked up by now, is I will build the basic shape in place, and then I will work in the detail. So on the inside here, I want to add a bit more wood and these logs in to kind of add in a bit more detail and shape in here. And on the outside here, well, I don't want it to be so flat. I want to kind of give it a bit more shape and maybe like half a roof on it, probably not a full thing. And around the outside, we want to also do some roots. Rough shape is coming along nicely. I think I want to kind of work on some of the roots now, I guess, and try and get this tree trunk a little thicker so that we can work on the inside as well. Well, let me show you how I do this for one of them, and then we can repeat it. So what I do, first clear out a bit of an area, and then figure out, let's say we want it coming out of here, the trunk, or the root, sorry. So let's just work on a rough shape, and then work on the other side. Yeah, something like that. Maybe it's a little big, but that'll do. And then we can work on some kind of offshoots. Now, we'll figure out what we want to do with the path later. Let's have an offshoot here. Yeah, I don't hate it. And now what we can do is just bring it up. So I think we want to start here, maybe at this height. And we'll go in like this a couple, and then bring it down, And do the same on this other side. That was 3 up. Yeah, that is looking good. And now we'll just cap the top with the wood variety. Now from a size, I think that's looking good. This side is looking a bit flat, so we can add in some depth and texture to it, I think. And maybe kind of curve out the bottom bit a little and maybe drop it down, actually. That could help. And I think we'll have about maybe 4 or 5 of these around the whole place. So I'm going to build those and then I'll bring you back. Yep, this place is coming together nicely, and we've got a few extra things that we need to go in and add a bit more detail in with. To start with, we have stairs and slabs that we can go in and just add more shape with. Yeah, I think that looks good. And then we also have some fences as well as some of this mangrove root, which I think will work really well here. I think the root we can kind of maybe bury a little bit. So like here and there, that kind of thing. As well as we can add it in like this, a little higher up, but not all the way up at the top. And of course, these fences I like to add in to kind of just add a little more depth in as well, right? Yeah, I think that's looking good. And what we can do finally is to go in and strip some of this dark oak in places like this, just to kind of give it another color and texture. Yeah, that is looking good, and I think we just repeat the process across the whole thing. So this tree stump is coming together quite nicely. I really like the mangrove roots that I've been putting in here, along with, you know, the stairs and slabs. I think this is a really nice effect. Yeah, and it looks good with the stripped wood, and I think this is coming along really nicely. We still need to sort out the inside, so yeah, let's do that next. Yeah, I think this is looking good on the inside, a bit basic in places. We can just, you know, strip this back a little. But what we want to do now, I think we want to add a bit of greenery in. Actually, ooh, just had an idea. We need a place to store a few tools that we could use. And I think maybe if we do something like this, where we have crafting bench there, stone cutter up there, and then maybe a furnace or a few furnaces around in kind of these corners, that could look really good, I reckon. And try and use up some of this almost dead space. And we do also want to try and make it a little bit green, so let's come in and just add a bunch of green in places and see how that converts this space. Yeah, I think that could be great. Let's repeat this over a few places. Okay, I've added a lot of greenery on this side, and it's looking great. We have a little entrancey bit here, and then the inside is just looking nice and overgrown. And I think I want to repeat this all over the place. So hopefully I have enough greenery. Oh yeah, I am super happy with how this one is turning out. And I think the tree stump itself is kind of done now. I might go in and add more moss and texture around the outside, but I won't bore you with that stuff. And I definitely won't bore you with filling up all the chests inside. But we do need to connect it to the main path here. So I think we will just clear out a space and then we can talk about the path. So as with the other path, I think we're going to start by layering in some coarse dirt. So I think we'll add in this coarse dirt as first, and then we'll go in to rough up the edges to make it not so uniform, because we want it a little different, right? And when we need to make a step up, we can use cobblestone. Now, what we did on the last one was we put in some cobblestone as well, which I think we will continue to do. But what I want to experiment after our cave build last time is adding in some of this packed mud, which I think goes really well with this coarse dirt as well as the rooted dirt as well. So I think just adding that in, adding in our cobble, adding in a few stones, and putting in some of this grass in place to make it feel overgrown will be the perfect path for this area. So let's finish up this curve, and I think we'll also go through our old area back there and add in some of this packed mud as well, because it does look great. Yep, I think this path will do very nicely. I think I like the combination of the mud and the stone, as well as the coarse dirt being the core block through this whole path. Yep, these bushes and boulders are looking great in this area and really help it out. I do think a few trees and everything around here will look great, but we don't want to go too quickly on the trees because, well, we have that store we built in the last episode where people could get an IOU for building some trees. And if we took all the space and built all the trees, then no one would be left to help us out. And in fact, why don't we go check out that shop, see if anyone has picked up an IOU yet? Ooh, we have at least one. Okay, Apathy Muffin has got one. Yeah. So, well, we can go reach out to him about what and when to build. Ooh, and flying back over, this place is looking really nice now. And I think, yeah, more trees all around will really help this out. So we have our storage space sorted out, and it is just in time because these shulker boxes are getting out of hand. So I'm going to go do that, and until next time, bye-bye.